Hello, every human. Welcome back to All Mama All Right. Today, besides getting this dead spider off the bed, ugh, you think something's fuzz, and then it has 8 legs and all curled up. Yeah, God bless spider, or may you rest in peace. So what am I doing? Who am I talking to? Yes, All Mama All Right. I'm here to basically talk business. Let's talk strategy. Today, I was feeling like everything I am doing in order to pursue my purpose may not be correct. And that is scary. And yet, kind of what the journey is all. Sorry, I'm freezing. That's why I'm wearing this blanket. Not to look like royalty. It's one of those things. It's not like we live in like an old house, but the house has a mind of its own when it wants to have the heat on versus the AC, and where in the house it wants the heat on. So usually this room is the warmest room in the house, but right now it's like the coldest. So I don't know. You just can't win. You just can't win. Um, but yeah, so I've never done this, obviously. And I wanted to start. If you watch my first episode, is I just started. I was allowing too many things to get in my way, more so allowing myself to get in my way with needing to be perfect, thinking I need to complete A, B, and C before D, E, and F. So I just went all the way to Z and launched an episode. And it's funny because my husband and I never thought YouTube. I really didn't. I thought I was just going to go straight to podcasting and have guests on and then have an Instagram following and focus on just those two platforms. And for some reason, YouTube kind of fell in my lap. I honestly don't. Actually, I do know. We had just signed up for the 21-day abundance challenge, and the leader of this mentioned that one of his challenges that he had for himself when he wanted to start an online presence was just to create a video every day. That's it. Aha. Not just a hat rack, my friend. It turns on. Um, and and so it was December 31st, so New Year's Eve, and I was just testing out, like, okay, let's see what this YouTube thing is actually all about. I know I've YouTubed a ton of videos, especially when it comes to putting together strollers or car seats. I mean, come on, give me a break with those. You need like a YouTube episode on a top of a YouTube episode on top of a real person coming out of the screen and just doing it for you. I mean, I tried to put one together today and I was like, no. My daughter just may be in a wagon forever. Um, and so on New Year's, I was just playing around, and I have a little blooper thing saved in here of my husband and I just kind of like talking and maybe picking each other's noses. The usual stuff you do, husband wife stuff. And I kind of liked it. It kind of seemed fun. So that's when, after my therapy session on the 3rd is when I had my first episode. And so I guess that was my gift to myself, is just to jump. And my parachute is slowly opening with everything I learn or come across, or I believe there was a reason that things will unfold when they unfold. For example, I was just, now I talked to a couple people about a certain camera to get and lighting because it does look like I'm filming in like the, you know, 1920s because they had Zoom and cameras back then, laptops. Yeah, that's what I thought. But they didn't have this cool lighting. So I'll be, enhancing the videos that way. And then and getting a microphone so y'all can hear me a little better. And also so that's that. And then also I just I'm building my logo. I don't have a brand. So I've just kind of been collecting with like really researching different like points of attraction and honestly just what excites me. What do I want to look at every time I log into my Canva account and every time I repost something to provide resources for people on Instagram? Like I don't want to get bored of it. So it has been great kind of learning more about what attracts me to the work that I'm doing and the conversations that I'm wanting to hold with all of you to what I want it to look like. So and my sister who's freaking amazing at she has a side gig called Jaded Designs and she creates beer labels and I swear she's always been the go-to for anything creative in our family. Anything creative. She did an interior design for our old apartment. She designed Zena's room. Um, she designs tattoos. She's one of those characters, special. They're just I can't believe all the creativity that comes out of her pores. But so she's gonna be helping with it, which is really exciting. And so that's another thing. Is just my homework for this week is to send over different font sites, create a Pinterest board of fonts and colors and slogans and sayings and images. And then we'll see what comes up. So that's exciting. What else? I've been writing out, a mission statement, key values, core values, and I mentioned branding. I've already have a list of people that I'd like to come on the podcast. And yes, I'm talking to all you, mamas out there that have found me, that follow me on Instagram, that I found, and guess what? It's you. It's not some famous mom that had quintuplets. It's you, and I cannot wait just to be able to not necessarily sell myself because I don't feel like I'm in the selling kind of business per se, but I want to be attractive to mamas. I want to have that space of safety and compassion and just this is all for you. This is all about you. I'm thinking of having, basic questions and then the rest is up to the mama. And because we know that you, there's you're never alone. You're just never alone. That's a given. I mean, that's just a given. But everyone experiences different things at different times. And when, I don't want to set a topic for someone and then when they come on a week or so later, that they're not wanting to talk about that subject anymore. I want it to just be like, hey, day of in the morning or day before, let me know what you want to talk about. And bam, I'll come with some resources. And then we'll just talk and then I'll just be listening. We will all be there to listen to this mama and let her know that she's not alone, that everything's all right. And if it doesn't seem all right, then we could help get to that all right place together. And so that's really exciting. And then what else came up? I signed up for hopefully a a beta course, which is going to be a workshop on how to start an online business. I mean, like, how amazing is that? And it's this podcast that has saved me, really saved me when I was pregnant during COVID. And then having Zenna. The podcast is called Herself Podcast. HER is all capital. And it read my mind. Like, whenever I was struggling with something, I swear I would turn on the next episode that would launch would be about the thing that I was struggling with. For example, I'll never forget when I started having, and mamas out there, I know you're going to be shaking your head in a second, as in like me too. When I had certain thoughts about accidentally and / purposely hurting Zenna, hurting my baby. And a lot of the time it was just like her slipping, but then I had this one image of me going out on the balcony and just like throwing her. And I was like, oh my gosh, I'm going to kill my child. I'm going to kill my child. And it terrified me. It terrified me so much so that I didn't even go out to the balcony until I listened to this episode. And they said exactly that. It's your hormones going crazy and your fears going up, and how I can't remember the guest on it, but how you're not supposed to push down those fears, and it's really important to just save me from not thinking that I could potentially really hurt my child and therefore hurt myself. And then the episodes just kept going and going. And I was like, oh my God, they're my best friends. And then they came up with this new podcast calling Pursuing Her Purpose, HER, all capitalized. Just how amazing is that? Again, we must be sharing some sort of energy, because when I was ready to start my online presence, it's like, oh, we'll create this podcast. So thank you, team. But hopefully if I don't get on in their beta program, then I'll just join their workshop when it launches, which I believe will be in March. Don't quote me, but quote me in needing to, if you're needing a great podcast, it's called Herself Podcast, and then with Abby and Amy, and then Pursuing Her Purpose with one of their other friends, Kat. And it's awesome. Just a bunch of moms being awesome moms. And so that's another thing that I get to, and it all comes with timing. I mean, someone asked me the other day if I've already gotten an LLC and registered my company, my URL, or my https:// slip. I don't know. And the answer is no, because I truly feel like it's going to come at the right time. I've already, claimed it on certain locations on social media and everything like that. I've learned certain tricks on how to file for the LLC, and by talking to people. That's another thing. So this is where I think my next step is success leaves breadcrumbs. I completely agree with this, believe in it, and will follow it. Reason I say that is what just came to mind to me right now is, imagine going into a job. You go through an orientation, usually from the person that held the job before you. What they always give you the tips, the tricks, the inside scoop, the ways that so-and-so may ask you to do things, but hey, actually do it this way. So why wouldn't I go to someone who has already launched a YouTube channel and a podcast and wanting to make a career out of it, and say, hey, psst, so what's this ish all about? Are you living your dream? So I kind of feel like I can step into that now and reach out to those that I've connected with on Instagram, and those that I maybe can meet through people like my friends and family friends, and who knows. But I was being given this advice when I first was having the idea, and for some reason it wasn't settling with, like, I didn't feel like the time was right. And I that's another thing I'm gifting myself, is just to really stay true to my gut, and how I want to be in the flow. And for someone that struggles with control and perfectionism and overdoing things and inevitable burnout, inevitable. I don't want that to happen, because I want this to be all me all the time. And it's just so far all the organic relationships and messaging and flow of everything has been cool, and not me, not of my doing. I just, even from how the name came, I had been, writing down name after name after name after name. And it came from having a walk with my husband, and then him, asking me questions, and bam, him saying the name, and then me crying because it was so perfect. And and it was no going back. It was like that just felt and feels so right that there's no going back, because I don't want to. And I can't. I mean, I can't. I just, it wouldn't I'd be already running from what I feel is my purpose in a way. And it's just, I know it's going to be terrifying. Like today, when I was just running through the checklist of I'm not doing shit. Like, what if someone does this, and what if I'm doing this incorrectly, and what if I was supposed to call that person, and what if they think, you know who knows what. But where I'm going with this, there's so much that I self-sabotage. Oh shit, y'all. Oh shit. Am I trying to self-sabotage me? You guys are so brilliant. I literally just learned that from talking to you. Good call. Good form. Um, okay, something to look into with my therapist, is that is a scary thing. And I am no stranger to self-sabotage. I mean, from the last time that I relapsed because my from alcohol, because my things were going too well with my then, not even boyfriend, I think we were just dating. My then dating person, who is now my husband. Things were going way too well. I was getting, kind of promoted at a yoga studio. So mainly you know, extra Yazo tea, something. Yogi tea, Tazo tea. And yeah, I had decided to self-sabotage, because I thought that it was the easiest way to not feel all of the fearful feelings I had towards my overwhelming joy at how things were going. And maybe that's exactly what I was doing earlier. Literally, when I started this episode, is, I started just running things through my head, and on how everything can go wrong. And screw it. If everything goes wrong, then everything goes wrong. And what does that just mean? That means that I was not in my flow, and that there's something else to uncover. But I truly believe that I am here for you, and y'all are here to lift each other up, and we will just build a kick-ass community talking about all things mama, all right things, all wrong things, all groovy things, all pukey things, all poopy things. Oh yeah, we're gonna get poop up in here. That will definitely be an episode. Um, but yeah, I guess I want to thank you for allowing me to work out that little external internal release of me potentially self-sabotaging. And I just can't wait for you guys to see. Another thing I wanted this platform to hold is, and to show is, I'm mom that's trying to start a online presence. It's hard. It's not gonna it's supposed to be, it's messy. It's messy. And I am just gonna try and, stay in the corner pocket and allow the mess to hit me, and dodge as much as possible if it's supposed to be dodge. But otherwise, I'm gonna let the meatballs hit me, the half chewed turkey sandwich, um, the poopy diaper, all at it all. And that's what I want to be able to show you, is you don't have to have all your little duckies in a row before you jump into something that you know deep in your heart and in your gut that it's going to make a difference. And if I touch one person, all you need is one. All I need is you. And then that's awesome. And and yeah, I'm really enjoying uncovering everything. And I hope to be doing this for a lifetime. And not only mothering, but being part of a mothering community, and with all of you, and you with me. And we're just getting started. Let's get it started. Hi, let's get it. Yep, I'll stop singing. Um, but yeah. All righty. Well, thank you, thank you, thank you. Happy day, happy night, happy anytime, or suck y'all. But yeah, thanks for tuning in. Alrighty, y'all. This mom's signing off.